Good morning. Please put pluses if you can hear me well. Okay, thank you. I see that we've got some people who come today to trade with me. That's the great news. So today I'm glad to welcome you to our Thursday's trading session. And right now we're gonna open several trades with you. Firstly, what I'd like to recommend to do to open the economic calendar to check for the news, if there are upcoming news within the time that you are planning to trade. So we switch here. Here you set up the time that the time zone that you live in, and we scroll for today. We have Thursday, and let's check up for what's going on the market and what will happen next, in order for us to be aware of something that can influence the market, can influence our trade. So as far as we see, right now within the next hour, within the next half an hour, there won't be anything important on the market. So we can freely trade within, like, taking into account fundamental factor. Also, you can check for the news that may influence stocks, that may influence the indices or commodities, if you are planning to trade on them. And of course, our charts and our indicators with the ready setup that only waiting for us to open a couple of trades. So as usual, I'm planning to open several short-term trades to show how to trade on them, and several trades for the longer term. As far as you see, I have right now one open trade that's gonna expire at 4 p.m. my time. Right now it's out of money, but still we have time to wait. So let's start with the Euro USD to see what's going on right now on the market, to see what trade we can open. Well, here you see the standard indicators that I'm using: linear regression, this one with the blue lines, Bollinger, and stochastic. So the time frame is for 1 minute. Well, right now the situation on the Euro USD is not clear, so I'm not going to open the trade on that. Here the same. So sometimes, as you remember, you need to look for the opportunity to open the trade or to wait on it. Here this orange line, that's from the Fibonacci that I have, but as it's like really short time frames, you cannot see all the previous lines. Okay, I can show you the short, like on the longer time frame. You see, here are the Fibonacci lines that also help to analyze the market, to open the trade, to know about the support and the resistance level, to mind about them, especially when you are trading for the longer term. But let's come back to our 1 minute time frame. Nothing. Well, here we see almost the classical pin bar, but it's not that sufficient for me to enter the trade. I would hold. pretty interesting situation here. Let's compare it to what we see. Okay, let's enter GBP CHF for the short term. Start with the minimum. I wanted to ask those who trade with me and with our traders, if you are planning to trade in real time, especially for the short term, you need to be fast and to open the trades with the same expiry time that we do. Because if you will wait for a minute, wait for the 2 minutes, it may our trade time may differ, and at the end you may get the different results. Let's prepare for the second trade. As we see, the situation has changed on the market, and right now we see the red lines, the red candles. Let's see what we have here. Well, also there is pretty good potential within the short range for British pound to grow. On different assets, as you see. Okay, 10 seconds. High volatility on the market, so okay, it's opened. Meanwhile, let's switch to something else. Here we see the chart for DAX. I'm waiting for it to turn back. And in 30 seconds, come back to it. Also, this trade is out of money right now. So we may need to enter on the third circle. Let's go. Australian Canadian dollar. So let's go for up here. Let's see what we have on the longer ranges. Okay. Okay. Okay, first also the next lap. Well, also interesting situation on this chart. Let's see what maybe we have something among the signals on the platform. Well, a lot of signals that euro will fall to other assets. Okay, so this trade and the money. Let's open the short for euro British pound. And meanwhile, we can also see what's going on with gold. Okay, that's a dollar Canadian, also pretty good situation. I'll USD Canadian. Let's enter for high for 1 minute. Okay, let's prepare ourselves, because like here That's really okay, closed in the money. Good for us. Well, but as you see, the difference in the price was really short, was really small. So we opened it for low. So as you see, if we would open the next trade, it could also be pretty good. Okay, let's check for this one. In the money. Okay. So for now, all the trades we either closed in the money, either covered them, increasing the amount of investment per trade. So remember that you need to trade corresponding to the amount of money on your account. So based on how much you have, because for bronze silver account, that's better to start with smaller than $200 per trade, because sometimes on the third step you won't get enough funds, especially if you're trading with the 1 minute, 5 minutes time frames. It can be pretty intense and pretty risky. But when you have the balance that is sufficient to open the third trade, sometimes the fourth trade, you can be calm. Well, not that clear. Let's try to switch to 5 minutes. Let's check for everything, all other assets that we have here. Oil. After yesterday it fell, well, you see that yesterday price on oil felt pretty hard, and today, well, for the long term it's hard to tell. There should be a recovery of the price, but right now we don't see it. Okay, so let's come back to our short term. Reno shows nothing, and CHF to GPY. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's start from the beginning. Well, Euro CHF for low for 5 minutes. Well, that's pretty good. Euro CHF low 5 minutes. I mean, okay, let's go further to see what we've got here. Not that clear, but still, let's see what we have. Another BAS with yen. Okay, 3 minutes left till the end of this candle, so it's better to wait. Let's see what we've got on the short frames. How's our trade? Out of money. Well, right now within the short positions, euro keeps showing like the weak situation, weak position, so it also can be treated as to open the next trade for the same currency, but with the same currency meaning euro, but with other currency meaning not CHF, but Canadian. So euro Canadian shows, well, basically the same. Well, it's budget. Let's check it's budget to open for 5 minutes. Yep. Okay, so that's our trade number 9 for today. And also I wanted to switch for the longer time frames, like to see what we can open, what trades we can open that will expire like within a couple of hours. Well, here what we see, pretty Australian dollar to Canadian like going down. Here we see the trend line, and it's better to wait till this candle gonna close, so for 35 minutes, and after that to make an analysis one more time, and only after that to enter the trade. Okay, let's check. In the money, out of money, in the money too. Okay. Not much. Well, gold is really low right now. So also here there is not suitable situation to enter the trade because it can keep falling. So we need to make sure that the market turns back. Okay, for now so good. Well, nothing clear for me. I wanted to open like one long-term trade, but it's not suitable time. So let's see, come back to our trades because this one gonna expire soon. Well, the perspective is pretty good. Let's wait till it closes, and after that come back to the short trades again. Okay, in the money. Let's see what we've got here on Canadian. For now in the money as well, which is good. Okay, and then 1 minute time frame. Within 1 minute, we see that direction is changing, so we can try to make money on that. Let's switch to 5. Yep. Euro USD. Well, basically that's controversial to what we have this trade, because here we trade that euro gonna grow, here we trade that euro gonna fall. But even though these two trades can expire in the money, or otherwise we will open the second trade in this asset. So they gonna expire together. Let's open the chart for Euro Canadian to see the situation there. Well, as we see on the chart on 1 minute time frame here, like euro was growing for the last 3 minutes, but still we have we had the hope that this trade gonna expire in the money, because for most of the time it was in the money. Okay, so for me that's not enough clear what to do next. This trade is in the money, this trade is out of money, so I need to to see for the results and for the potential for falling, because right now we see that euro is growing. This candle gonna expire in several seconds, so I'm gonna wait and see. Probably I will open the trade for low, but I want to see the next candle. We see that it's still growing, and 5 minutes also growing. So right now what we're gonna do, we're gonna open the trade for, I'm not sure, need to check one more time. For 5 minutes, that's not enough to open too much to open the trade for euro for up, but for 1 minute that can expire in the money. So I will open the trade with the coefficient 2.5 for euro Canadian for low, in order to cover the previous trade that I had. Euro Canadian 5 minutes low. Okay. Well, indices, they look like they have been frozen because they move like really smoothly and really slow. Nothing that interesting here. On the 5 minutes ranges, wow, it's more interesting right now. Here is like the within this range pretty strong support level, and within this range as well for 1 hour. Not clear, so I'm not gonna open the trade if I'm not sure. How is our trade? Like still going up. Euro Canadian for up. We'll hold. Australian dollar to Swiss franc. Yes, we probably, well, not good enough situation, but okay, here 2 minutes left and the market keep going up. We have already opened 10 trades. Market is going against our trade, like for now. I'm gonna make it ready in order to open the next one. Okay. Euro Canadian, let's see The third step for 5 minutes. I'm gonna trade for low. Here, also the third step, I'm gonna trade for high for 1 minute. Certain trades have already been opened. Oh, that's 5 minutes. Fourteen trades already. Well, this for Australian dollar to Swiss franc, that looks like gonna take us long. In 5 seconds, several seconds, this candle gonna close, and we're gonna see what's going on here, because like 3 candles in the row, they were like red one. Our trade's like out of money, so keeps falling. We need to wait for the better signal, because right now and on the 5 minutes the same situation, like you see that it's falling and falling. So let's wait for the better entrance point. So like right now, Here, Australian to Canadian dollar. Euro to Canadian dollar. Yes, I'm gonna still open this the next trade for low. Okay, this one we closed in profit. Trade number 17, and for now this one is also in profit, which is good. I'm trying to figure out the time frame where that can be a suitable entrance time, entrance situation, but right now nothing. Also on this asset, it's better to wait for 14 minutes to see the further situation. No clear entrances. Well, we may expect a euro to start going down because the price is really high for for a pretty long time, but it's better to wait till the price will show that it going down, that it fixed, and the next candle to go down. So like within certain minutes we're gonna see the next candle to appear, and the situation will be much clearer. If to talk about the longer time frames, if to talk about the short term, well, it's always important to pay attention to the current situation, to the current market event, because something can happen, can influence your trades, can influence the market, and you don't realize, you don't understand what has happened with the market, with the assets that you trade at. So that's important to bear in mind the fundamental part of the trading, even if you are not using that to trade, to open the trade. So for now we have opened the 17 trades, This one is number 18. So when this trade gonna expire, I will finish this webinar. So for now it's going in our direction. Let's open the chart for the Euro Canadian to see what it's showing us. So we have here like 1 minute time frame. It moves in 5 minutes in our direction. For 5 minutes it's also like pretty good, but also not clear because the market can turn back as well. So we need to wait and to see what will happen next. So if this candle gonna be red one, and the next one will appear also the red one, there is also like there will be a point to open the next trade for low as well for the same like time frame. We can also switch for 15 minutes. Well, also in 11 minutes this candle gonna be closed, so there is pretty good, there will be pretty good situation for entrance. Like on 30 minutes that's not clear now, so we need to wait for the next candle to appear in force. So this trade is also in the money, like that was stop number 3 or 4 basically, depending on how you count. So let's see the results. Here we have the row of the bad trades, but we close them in the profit thanks to this one and this one. And at the end, as far as I recall, I started today when I had 95,000, so the general profit is around 2 to 1,500, which is not bad for one trading for 40 minutes of trading, especially trading on the short terms, which is pretty intense and pretty exciting. Okay, so if you have questions to me, please write down so I could answer. Okay, I was asked to show the chart for this asset, and how do I think if this trade gonna expire in the money or out of money, what I will do. Well, basically Australian dollar to American dollar, here we see that like within the last couple of hours it was falling. Let's switch to longer. Well, I opened the trade, well, it was the situation was much more suitable to open the trade. So as it's gonna expire like within 4 hours, this candle gonna be closed in 8 minutes. So the next will appear and I will know what to do. If the next will start to show the potential for growing, at that straight minute I'm gonna open the trade with the bigger amount, but with the same expiry time or with the longer expiry time, depending on what I will see on the chart and what I will see on the market. Okay, so basically that's what I'm gonna do. Well, also wanted to invite you for my Tuesday's open webinar on for the beginners, for those who want to learn more about the financial market, about the patterns of the candles, and so on. You can check for the old webinars on our YouTube channel, or you can attend it on Tuesday at 11 a.m. GMT +2. Okay, so thank you for your attention and stay in the money.